Heya Cryptozens. Tonight's show. Mirror protocol exploited. Insure ace to pay millions after UST's collapse. Bank of America won't offer crypto services. It's 10 p.m. Pacific. The date is May 30th, 2022. Welcome back to the Crypto Overnighter. My name is Nicodemus. I'll be your host. The cover model for this podcast is Tex, and together we take a nightly look at the crypto, NFT, and metaverse space and the industry that surrounds it. So take a minute and go ahead and subscribe to this podcast now, because we're here at 10 p.m. every night so that when you leave in the morning, you have the crypto news analysis that you need to start your day. And keep in mind, nothing in this show should ever be considered financial advice. So Mirror has been having a hard time lately. And right now, the Mirror protocol is being exploited. Right now. If help doesn't come soon, this whole thing could get drained dry. The Mirror protocol is built on Terra, so that's a lot to deal with at the moment. And it's the old blockchain, not the new one, LUNC, not LUNA. That's right. So despite the problems with the old Terra blockchain, they're still using it. Now, this was initially reported on the Terra Research Forum on May 28th, and it has been ongoing since then. It was reported by someone calling themselves Mirror User, and then it got blasted out by the Twitter user Fatman Terra. Now, Fatman has been busy the last few weeks. He's been lending commentary on the Terra Research Forum and publicizing his findings on Twitter. Now, according to him, the alleged $2 million has been drained so far with the potential to drain the whole thing. The problem seems to be a bug in the LUNC, Luna Classic, pricing oracle. And that one buggy oracle could cost all of the liquidity pools in Mirror. If it's not fixed by 4 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow morning, when the stock exchanges open for pre-trading, the entire thing could come crashing down. Now, the Mirror protocol is a decentralized finance platform, and it lets users create and trade so-called mirrored assets, or M assets. They're tokens that are designed to mirror the price of stocks. What Mirror does is let you take long or short positions on tech stocks using these M assets. And there are pools that are vulnerable because the Mirror protocol has its own versions of cryptocurrency as well. Bitcoin has mBitcoin as an example. And mBitcoin is supposed to track the price of real Bitcoin. Same thing for Ethereum and Polkadot. All those pools have been drained. So is the one that's supposed to represent the Galaxy Digital stock. And the reason why the pools have been drained, and not the text ones, is that they're not available to be traded until 4 a.m. when pre-market trading begins. Once that happens, then they're likely to use the same exploit on the stock pools, unless it gets fixed first. And like I said, the problem is in the oracle. And we've seen how a screwed up pricing oracle can mess things up. Inverse Finance, they got hit a while back. And that exploiter would take out loans based on bad oracle data, and that ended up costing Inverse Finance over $15 million. Similar kind of thing here. The problem is the oracle. What the oracle does is feed protocol data from 15 sources, including the real world. Now, in this case, the oracles are responsible for getting accurate price of stock and various cryptocurrencies. Todd Garrison is the founder of BlockPain, and BlockPain runs validator nodes on different blockchains. Now, according to Garrison, the issue is that a majority of validators running nodes on Terra Classic are running an outdated version. So, as a result of running an outdated price oracle, these nodes are telling the Mirror protocol that Luna Classic is worth 5 UST, which would be about 10 cents. And we all know that Luna isn't even worth a penny. Now, as a side note, running old software is believed to be what's caused Ethereum's 7-block reorg recently. It seems to be a thing for some reason. Although, I guess I could see it more for Terra Classic. A lot of people don't think it has much of a chance, so maybe people aren't being as conscientious as they might be if Terra Classic was doing well. Garrison tweeted out, quote, "Please look into fixing the LUNC price oracle, because in a short while, all liquidity pools will be drained. Mirror will accrue irredeemable bad debt and the system will collapse in on itself. This is not the time to be negligent. Now, this attack has been ongoing for a little while now, a few days, but most of the tokenized stocks are safe until tomorrow. Now, while this exploit has been running for a bit, there's another exploit that went on for 7 months. And this story might change your perception of Mirror Protocol as a company. Because, yes, this exploit happened to Mirror. It's kind of like a rerun all over again. All the same players. Mirror Protocol again, Terra Classic blockchain again, even Fatman Terra is all over this one too. And so the story is October of last year, Mirror got exploited to the tune of $90 million. And it went completely unnoticed for a very long time. So, here's what happened. If you wanted to bet against a stock in Mirror, you could lock up your collateral for a minimum of 14 days. And then after the 14-day period, users could then unlock their collateral and put their money back in their wallet. This was all done in code using smart contract generated ID numbers, and that's important. And that's the problem, because as long as you were using those numbers, you were fine. However, if you used the same ID number more than once, well, things weren't so fine. Things got buggy quick. And that's why in October, someone figured out that you could use a list of duplicate IDs. Just keep reusing them and unlock hundreds of times more collateral than was ever put in. Effectively, just withdraw funds with no authorization needed. So they got $90 million in total over the course of 7 months, which again is an extremely long time. And it was lost in the system primarily because there is no interface. If you go to the Mirror website, you cannot check the total amount of collateral in the protocol. So if you don't know to be looking, you would never even notice it was gone. Now here's the thing. So Mirror fixed the exploit. They quietly patched it about the same times things started to heat up on the UST stablecoin collapse. So a week after the patch, people started wondering. A post appeared on the Mirror forums, and that asked if there was a security hole in the lock contract. And in this post, they asked straight out, quote, "If any Mirror devs or any blockchain Rust hackers are reading this, was this bug exploitable in practice, and could it have allowed attackers to steal funds from the contract?" There has been nothing but silence on their part. Now keep in mind, Mirror is under an SEC inquiry, so that might be why there's been no official statement on the matter yet. But personally, it rubs me the wrong way that they would maintain silence for so long after the bug has already been patched. But like I said, Mirror's been having a hard time lately. Now, it was a really good day for the markets today. Lots of green, lots of up and to the right. Let's check the numbers. At the time of writing, the global crypto market cap is $1.31 trillion, which is a nice improvement from $1.2 trillion yesterday. It's up 6.95% in 24 hours. The top 5 cryptos by market cap are Bitcoin up 7.11%, Ethereum up 9.29%, Tether, USDC, and Binance Coin up 3.78%. InsureAce is a DeFi insurance protocol, and they took some heat recently. The community was understandably upset because InsureAce shortened the claims period for Terra-related claims, and they claim they're well within their rights to do so. So now they're going to pay out $11 million to their customers, people who were affected by the Terra Luna Black Swan event. They say they've processed nearly all of the 173 claims that were submitted. Currently, they are the third largest insurance provider for DeFi protocols. Their market cap is $15 million. So $11 million coming out of that is kind of a lot. I can see why they'd be concerned, why they'd be nervous, and why they would shorten up the claims period. And so it was on May 13th that InsureAce found themselves in some hot water, because that was when they announced that they'd shorten the claims windows for any claims regarding Anchor, Mirror, and Terra USD losses. Dan Thompson is their chief marketing officer, and he said this move to shorten up the claims window was needed, it was needed to prevent further losses. By that point, Terra USD had dropped to 8 cents. He said, quote, "It is in our terms of service to make such changes. We felt there was no point in delaying the process on behalf of those who lost money and stakers who would have to pay out claims." And a lot of people did not like that. A lot of people feel like they're just trying to reduce the amount of claims that they're going to have to pay out. Remember, their market cap is only 15 million. 11 million out of that is a lot of money to drain. Now, Fat Man Terra, he is back in our story again. He said it was a dirty trick. He told his 52,000 Twitter followers that insurers shouldn't try to weasel out of their obligations. He said, quote, "A dirty move from insurers, setting an arbitrary claim deadline after which UST holders who bought DPEG insurance cannot get their money back. I know you guys didn't collect premiums for long, but this is how things work. A promise is a promise. Don't weasel out of it." Now, for his part of it, Thompson retorts with saying that other than the ones rejected, most of the 173 claims have been processed and payouts should start soon. He said, quote, "We want the best for everyone here. But if this were traditional insurance, people would be stuck in litigation for months or years." He also suggested that they might consider processing the claims for the 61 covers that haven't been filed yet. This wasn't just a depegging, right? There are questions. South Korea brought the Grim Reapers unit out of retirement to discover if any crimes were committed by Do Kwon and the Luna Foundation Guard. So, if it turns out that the USTD pegging wasn't just a protocol failure, if it ends up being a legal matter, then that means insurers might have some recourse. However, like Thompson said, quote, "I'm sure Terra and LFG have bigger fish to fry, so that's a bridge we will cross when we get to it." At the time of writing, InsureAce's coin Insure is at 26.15 cents each. That's up 4.7% in 24 hours. The global NFT market cap is up over $11.44 billion. Sales volume is down, but not too much, 0.06% in 24 hours. So statistically even. According to CoinMarketCap, the top 5 NFT collections by sales volume are Elf Town, followed by Other Deed, Goblin Town, Mutant Apes, and Azuki. Now keep in mind, some of these collections have very volatile prices, so do your own research. At first, I read the headline in a couple of different places, and I thought they were just being kind of ridiculous. That is, until I read their reasoning. Brian T. Moynihan is the CEO of Bank of America, and he recently confirmed Bank of America will not be offering crypto services, at least not in the near future. At the same time, he was acknowledging the importance of digital payments in today's economy. According to him, it's regulation. Regulations are the issues preventing the bank from getting into crypto services. Now, he was speaking with Yahoo Finance at the World Economic Forum. And at that point, he was asked what B of A may or may not do with crypto going forward. Now, his response was, "We can't do it. By regulation, we're really not allowed to engage." Now, this isn't a new sentiment either. Regulation is proving to be a challenge across the crypto sector. You've got concerns over a given token or lending practices of different platforms. People are scared of the SEC and where they'll strike next. Now, this wouldn't be such a big deal if the average citizen could tell which cryptocurrencies are or are not illegal securities. But they're not doing that. We're not getting that information. Out of the regulators, they're getting a lot of "I think" and "we'll see" and "let's talk and find out." That kind of uncertainty in regulation is horrible. It's believed that's why President Biden signed the executive order in March, to get some answers to the question of what regulations make sense. And then you've got Senator Cynthia Lummis, who I would love to interview. She's working on legislation to bring some regulatory order to the space. Because until people start seeing some stability in the regulatory space, you're going to have companies like B of A who are going to stick with just putting out research reports. Putting forward a product like a crypto bank account That's off the table until things improve. That said, they are working in this space somewhat. They have hundreds of patents related to blockchain technology. They put one of those research reports out last October, and that one said that Bitcoin was getting to be too big to ignore. And then again in January, they put out another report. And this one asked if Solana could become the Visa of crypto. And that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. If you enjoyed tonight's show, then please like, comment, and subscribe. Give us a glowing review, because things like that help other people find their way to this podcast. And we're here each and every night at 10 p.m. Pacific, bringing you the crypto news analysis that you need to start your day. You can find us on podcasting platforms everywhere or on YouTube. Do you have questions or comments? Reach out and let us know. The email address is nick@cryptoovernighter.com. That's nick@cryptoovernighter.com. We'll see you tomorrow night.